Usually when we read this passage of Luke, we preach about how amazing the conversion of Zacchaeus was and how radical his change was in offering to pay 4 times more and giving half of his possessions to the poor. But today I want us to look at how Zacchaeus was. He was a ripe fruit. He was ready to encounter the Lord. And I think there are 2 details of today's reading that really give away the fact that Zacchaeus was not that evil man that people tend to say because he was a tax collector, but I think he was truly a ripe fruit. The first detail is that he climbs a sycamore tree. So let me ask you this question. Who normally climbs trees? Is it normally wealthy men that climb trees? And the answer is no. Normally the people that climb trees are kids. So I think that Zacchaeus is showing us first that even though he's a wealthy man, there is still a playful spirit in him. And he is still, in a sense, a kid. That's what Jesus will say, let the small ones come to me. So I think that Zacchaeus, in being able to climb a tree, even though being a wealthy man, he was already showing a positive sign of who he was. But there's a second detail. Zacchaeus was short in stature. He was a short guy. So imagine a short guy up there in a tree. What are people going to do? They're going to make fun of him. Or they're going to say, oh, look, he's so small that he has to go into a tree to be able to see the prophet. So what do I think Zacchaeus is showing us? Zacchaeus is willing to laugh about himself. Zacchaeus is not afraid that other people will laugh about him. And I think it's a great sign of maturity when someone is willing to joke about their own defects. When someone is willing to have a crack about the ways that he's not perfect. I think that normally when we're immature, we don't like people joking us about our defects. And we want to keep our defects silent and hidden. But the more you reconcile with yourself and you know that you're not perfect, you're willing to laugh about yourself. So that's why I think Zacchaeus was a ripe fruit and he was ready to encounter the Lord. Number 1, because he had a playful spirit. In a sense, he was like a kid. He was a wealthy man, but he was willing to go up in the tree. But not only did he have a playful spirit, but he, being a short man, he wasn't afraid of people laughing about him. People looking at him, pointing at him. But he had the capacity to laugh about himself. So let's finish with this question. Do you still have a playful spirit in yourself? Would you be willing still to climb trees? Or are you too old to climb trees? Are you still willing to, be like a kid sometimes, at the right moment? And the second question is, can you laugh about yourself? Are you okay with, joking about the ways that you're not perfect? Or are you too scared or mindful when other people, will notice the ways that you're not perfect? So today let's learn this from Zacchaeus. Let's keep a playful spirit and let's be able to joke about ourselves. And that will make us a ripe fruit to encounter the Lord.